Hello, everybody, and welcome to Waco ISD Athletic Complex for a softball game between the University Trojans and the Lady Lions from Waco High. Final game of the season for these two teams. And Waco High, the home team tonight, so their seniors are going to be introduced. Here's our stadium announcer, Marty Herbst, to tell us about the Waco High seniors.
Good evening, parents, families, and fans. We'd like to welcome you to the Waco ISD Sports Complex for the game tonight between the University Lady Trojans and your Waco High Lady Lions. Parents and guardians, Coach Rose and Coach Garcia would like to say thank you for allowing them to coach, teach, and spend time with your girls. They have truly enjoyed it. Tonight we recognize our graduating seniors. First, trainer Stephanie Flores. And now the players. Senior number 6, Lisette Gonzalez. Senior number 5, Rylisha Lee. And senior number 1, China Russell. Congratulations to these seniors, and thank you once again for playing for your school.
There you have the seniors from Waco High as they get prepared to play the final game of the regular season. The Lady Lions under Amanda Rose come into the game with a record of 6-23. They're just 2-8 in District 17 5A play, while the Lady Trojans look like they're headed to the playoffs as they come in 19-7-1 on the year and 8-3 in league play. Let's continue now with the starting lineups. Back to Marty Herbst.
And to introduce tonight's teams. First, the visiting Lady Trojans from University, the non-starters. Number 11, Bailey Short. Number 9, Ariana May. Number 3, Angel Ortega. And number 42, Mariah Suarez. Now for your starting lineups for the Lady Trojans. Leading off and playing shortstop, number 1, Ariana Perales. Batting second and catching, number 2, Rebecca Fajardo. Batting third and playing first base, number 23, Mariah Cavazos. Batting fourth, center fielder, number 8, Ashley Estrada. Playing second base, number 12, Bella Gutierrez. Batting sixth and pitching, number 13, Destiny Guerrera. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 7, Karayan Lujan. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 10, Taylor Simmons. And playing right field and batting ninth, number 5, Lupita Aguilar. The Lady Trojans are coached by Coach Ramirez. And now for your Waco High Lady Lions. First for the non-starters, number 15, Cristiana Hernandez. Number 5, Rylisha Lee. Number 6, Lisette Gonzalez. And now the starting lineups. Leading off the Lady Lions and playing center field, number 3, Chloe Trujillo. Batting second and playing second base, number 10, Marlisa Daniels. The shortstop batting third, number 4, Sarah White. Batting cleanup and playing third base, number 7, Natalie Rodriguez. Batting fifth and catching, number 9, Casey Rodriguez. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 16, Deja Walker. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 1, China Russell. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 2, Ashton Phillips. And batting ninth and pitching, number 12, Caitlin Graham. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you rise, remove your hats, and let's honor America by the playing of our national anthem.
Starting lineups have been announced. The Waco Lady Lions have taken the field. We're about ready for softball here at the Waco ISD Sports Complex. Starting pitcher tonight for the Lady Lions will be Caitlin Graham. This will be the 21st appearance of the year for Graham, her 20th start. She's thrown 95 2/3 innings, has walked 40 and struck out 35. Defense she has playing behind her tonight. She has Ashton Phillips in left field, Chloe Trujillo in center field, and China Russell in right. At third base is Natalie Rodriguez. The shortstop is Sarah White. Second baseman Melissa Daniels, and the first baseman is Deja Walker. Our battery mate tonight will be Casey Rodriguez. Well, that's the starting defense for the Waco Lady Lions as the two coaches meet at home plate with our umpires tonight. Karen Ramirez from University with her back to you, and Amanda Rose looking straight into the camera there. These two teams played each other back on March the 29th with Waco High coming away, with University coming away with a 5-0 victory. We had the same pitching matchup that night as we have tonight with Destiny Guerra on the mound for University and Caitlin Graham on the mound for Waco High. In that game, the shutout tossed by Destiny, allowing just 2 hits. She walked 2 and struck out 2. Graham, in suffering the loss, allowed 5 runs on 12 hits, going 6 innings in the circle. Leading off for the Lady Trojans will be Ariana Perales. She'll be followed by Rebecca Fajardo and then Mariah Cavazos, as Lady Trojans are looking to get prepared for the postseason. As things stand in the district right now, according to stats I've been able to get from Max Preps, Elgin leads the district with a 9-1 record. Hutto and University are tied for second at 8-3. Then comes Manor at 4-4. So those are appears to be the top 4 teams that are going to the postseason from District 17 5A. Waco High got off to a very slow start to the season as they won just one of their first 10 games. They did have back-to-back victories over Rosebud Lott and Hempstead in the Rockdale tournament, but then they did not get off to a very good start in district play, losing 7 in a row before finally defeating Pflugerville-Conley by a 21-5 count. University, though, started off like a house on fire. They did have one tie against Bastrop in the Killeen tournament, simply because they ran out of time in that tournament with a lot of teams in it. But they won 8 of their first 10 games and got off to a great start to the season. Here's Perales, and she watches the first pitch a bit high for ball 1. First time these two teams met, she went 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBI. Counted 2 balls and no strikes on her. Next pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Starts the night hitting .386. Hits this one past the shortstop into left field. Good job by the left fielder to get it on a hop and get it back into the infield and hold Perales to a leadoff single. She's at first base with nobody out, and here's the catcher, Rebecca Fajardo. Fajardo hitting .434 on the year. Will hit from the right side against the right-hander, Caitlin Graham. Corners play in looking for a possible bunt. First pitch hits the inside corner for strike 1. Fajardo's collected 33 hits on the year. That includes 8 doubles, 2 triples, and 1 home run. Fouls off this pitch. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Sun setting behind the third base bag. They make it difficult for the first baseman on throws from the left side of the infield. No balls and 2 strikes. Home Fajardo hits this pitch on the ground to the shortstop. Her only play will be first base, and it's a little high for the first baseman. The runner from first, Perales, will be held at third base. The throw comes across, but she's back to the bag in plenty of time. Fajardo ends up at second base on the 2-base error by the shortstop. Perales ends up at third base. 2 in scoring position for the 3-hole hitter, Mariah Cavazos. A meeting in the circle with the Lady Lion infield to try to reset things. Make sure they know exactly what to do with the softball if it's hit to them here, with the runner at third base and no force on the base pass. The runner does not have to go. Cavazos with 23 hits on the year, 4 doubles, 1 triple, has 16 RBI, and watches the first pitch for strike 1. She was 1 for 3 the first time these two teams played, with a single and an RBI. Hits a fly ball to center field. Coming on hard is the center fielder Trujillo. She makes the catch and gets it back into the circle. Not hit deep enough to bring home the run. So out number 1. It brings Ashley Estrada to the plate. Estrada, a .417 hitter from the right side against Graham, trying to bring home a couple of runners who reached on a single and an error here in the top of the first. Perales the runner at third, Fajardo's at second. First pitch is taken on the outside third for strike 1. And University 19-7-1 on the year, looking for their 20th win of the year. Waco High trying to finish off at 7-23. The 0-1. Taken a bit low. He was the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Out of the 30 hits Estrada's collected this year, 19 are doubles, or make that 7 doubles, 4 triples. She's picked up 21 RBI. Ball hit to the shortstop. She'll tag the runner going across. The throw to first base is going to be wide of the bag. That'll allow the batter runner to get down to second base where she's safe there. A run does score on the play. An out is made as Fajardo is tagged out, 6 unassisted for the second out. And Estrada makes it to first on the fielder's choice and then on an error by the shortstop to get to second base. Second error in the inning. University has a 1-0 lead. Runner at second base for Bella Gutierrez, the second baseman. High and inside for ball 1. Batting average bubbling under 300 at 299. 23 hits. It includes a couple of doubles. There are 2 outs. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Graham trying to get out of the inning without any further damage. This one misses low. Good job by the catcher, Rodriguez, to keep that one in her glove and not allow the runner to move up. Count of 3 balls and no strikes now. On Gutierrez trying to become a 2-out base runner here. Pitch is in the heart of the plate and taken for strike 1. Left fielder about the only player in shadows right now. Well, the center fielder in shadows as well, as they're protected by the trees along the outside fence. 3-1 offering. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. White boots it and will have no play. So Gutierrez is aboard. On the air. Puts runners at the corners with 2 outs, and here's Destiny Guerra, the pitcher. Destiny at the plate this year, hitting .278. 20 hits, that includes 3 doubles. She has 14 RBI to her credit. First pitch swinging, fouls it off. Runner was in motion at first base. She'll have to go back. Trojans ahead 1-0 thanks to a leadoff single and 3 errors in the inning. 0-1. That's hit on the ground toward the second baseman. She'll gobble it up and scoop to the shortstop at second base for the force out there. And that will end the top of the first inning. But the Trojans get a run. They do it on 1 hit. There was 3 errors, and there was 1, make that 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the first with our score, University 1 and Waco High coming to bat. University started district play with an 8-4 win over Temple, then lost to Elgin 11-5 before taking back-to-back victories from Manor and Pflugerville-Conley, 5-3 and 8-2. They then lost to Hutto 6-7 before shutting out Waco High the first time these 2 teams met, 5-0. They started the second half of the round robin with a 13-7 win over Temple, so they beat Temple both times they played the Lady Wildcats. They lost to Elgin, though, 6-5, so Elgin takes the series. They then beat Manor 5-2. They won both games against Manor. They won both games against Pflugerville-Conley after the 21-4 win the second time they played them, and then they topped Hutto 13-3 to split the series with Hutto. And now the Lady Trojans trying to take the series from Waco High this season as they send Destiny Guerra to the mound. Guerra on the season with a record of 4 wins and 3 losses. She does have 1 save. This will be her 10th appearance of the year and her 9th start. In 46 2/3 innings, she's allowed 31 runs, but only 16 of those are earned off of 45 hits. She's walked 28 and struck out 31. An earned run average of 2.40 for right-hander Destiny Guerra on the mound for University. And again, she was the winner against Waco High the first time these 2 teams played, giving the 7-inning shutout victory. Leading off for the Lady Lions in the bottom half of the first inning, the center fielder, number 3, Chloe Trujillo. She'll be followed by second baseman Marlissa Daniels and then shortstop Sarah White.
Leading off for the Lady Lions, number 3, Chloe Trujillo.
Trujillo starts the day with a .446 batting average. He's up in the front of the box on Guerra. First pitch slider misses outside for ball 1. You'll notice first baseman Mariah Cavazos playing well in front of the bag at first base, trying to prevent the bunt. You think, well, who's going to cover first base? Well, that's the second baseman's job. The 1-0 hit into the screen, first base side. 1 ball and 1 strike on Trujillo. She has scored 22 runs this year. Picked up 8 RBI out of the leadoff spot. The 1-1 pitch, changeup way out in front with the swing. Behind it, no balls and 2 strikes. I heard Vin Scully the other day describe a changeup by a major league pitcher. He said, sure has a lot of arm motion, and then out comes a soap bubble. Pretty much what she swung out there. Next pitch is fouled off. If you've never had a chance to listen to Vin Scully do play-by-play, you should. This is the last year for the veteran Dodger broadcaster. He certainly paints a picture for the listener. 1-2 pitch, bit outside. Could not get Trujillo to chase after it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter here in the bottom of the first. Guerra taking plenty of time between pitches. Here's the 2-2. A little humpback liner to the first baseman. And Cavazos handles it for out number 1. Brings second baseman Marlissa Daniels to the plate. Average-wise, the leading hitter for these Lady Trojans with a .528 batting average. That is in somewhat limited action. With just 19 hits on the year, 5 of those are doubles. Straightaway stance in the right-handed batter's box. She watches the first pitch miss outside for ball 1. Guerra not necessarily challenging the Waco High hitters here in the first inning. She's staying off the plate, trying to coax them into swinging things that are not in the strike zone. The 1-0. Hammond finds the outside third for strike 1. High school softball, a 7-inning affair. Can be shortened to 5 innings on a 10-run rule. 1-1 pitch. Checked her swing. Did not check it in time. Strike 2. Daniels has scored 10 runs and has 9 RBI. Out of the 19 hits this year. She's walked more, though, than she struck out. 10 walks against 7 strikeouts. The 1-2. Off speed and fouled into the screen behind home plate. Daniels hangs on. That University outfield has Taylor Simmons in left, Ashley Estrada in center, and Lupe Aguilar in right. Guerra rocks back in the 1-2 as a fastball called strike 3 on the outside corner at the knees. So Daniels goes down looking. First strikeout recorded for Guerra. That'll bring Sarah White to the plate. White, the Lady Lions shortstop, hitting .273. Appearing in 23 games this year, according to stats we were able to get off of Game Changer for Waco High. Slightly closed stance at the plate. She squares the fifth to bunt, pulls back on a pitch low and away for ball 1. You see both the first baseman and third baseman come charging, trying to get the bunt early. Matter of fact, they're going to play about halfway to home plate. I never did like doing that. They hit the ball hard sometimes. Guerra into the windup. Bounces this one in. White won't fish after it. It's 2 balls and no strikes. White likes to put the ball in play. Just 9 walks on the season and 21 strikeouts. Ahead in the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Hits this one on the ground slowly to the third baseman. And a nice play by Cameron Lujan. Records the out and ends the Waco High first inning as they go 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We played 1 and our score is University 1 and Waco High nothing. Been a rough season for Waco High softball team. They lost their first 4 games before finally picking up their first win against Pflugerville Conley at the Killeen tournament. Met one of their district foes back on February the 19th at that Killeen tournament. And then that was the only win they picked up in that event. Of course, rain has also plagued some of these teams this year. As to this point in the year, we have received about a ½ inch more rain than we did a year ago. And we received quite a bit of rain a year ago. In fact, all the lakes in central Texas are filled to the brim and more than that. Waiting for the Waco High catcher to get out behind home plate and warm up her pitcher. And Amanda Rose is going to come out and talk to the home plate umpire, and we may have a defensive change for Waco High. See if we can pick that up. Graham taking her warm-up tosses. Trying to check numbers and see if I see anybody different in different positions. Everybody seems to be in the... Nope, take that back. I got a new left fielder. It appears that Christiana Hernandez has gone in to play left field. I believe that's number 15 out in left field. We got so Hernandez is now in left field in place of Ashton Phillips. Appears, well, I also see a number 2 in right field, and that's Ashley Allen, who's in right field. As long as the numbers on the jersey correspond with the numbers I have on the roster. Seven, 8, and 9 in the University batting order here in the top half of the second inning, with the Lady Trojans on top 1-0. Apparently we're ordering pizza out in the circle and not ready to play softball for some reason. Now we're ready to go. Sarah White ties her shoes. Cameron Lujan leaves it off for the Lady Trojans, appearing in her 28th game of the season. She hits the first pitch over the third baseman into left field for a base knock. Hernandez gets it back in quickly. And for the second inning in a row, the Lady Trojans lead off an inning with a single. That'll bring left fielder Taylor Simmons to the plate.
Number 10.
Simmons hitting .304. Up in the front of the box on the right side. She hits the first pitch to the first baseman. Walker can't handle it, though, and will get no outs. Here at first base puts 2 on. And nobody out. The 9-hole hitter, Lupe Aguilar, coming to the plate.
Number 5, Lupita Aguilar.
She has seen limited action this year. Bunts it up the third baseline. It's a good one. The sacrifice works as she moves both runners up. She's retired 5-4 for the putout. And both runners move up 60 feet. Both in scoring position for the top of the order. Mariana Perales, who singled and scored her first time up. She hits the first pitch to the gap in right center field, and it'll fall in to bring home 2. She will stop at second base with a 2-run double. For Perales, RBIs number 13 and 14 on the season, as she puts the Lady Trojans on top 3-0. Taking advantage of the leadoff single, the error, and the sacrifice. Perales in scoring position for Fajardo. She reached on an error her first time up. She hits the first pitch she sees to right field. Making the catch is Ashley Allen. She gets it back to the infield quickly and holds Perales to second base. So 2 are out, 2 are in. And first baseman Mariah Cavazos coming to the plate. A fly out to center field her first time up. One of the few lefties we've seen in the lineup for head coach Karen Ramirez. Grounds the plate at the front of the box on the left side and watches the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Hit on the ground to the second baseman Daniels. She picks and throws in plenty of time to first base. And that will retire the Lady Trojans in the second, but not before they come up with 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the second, and our score is University 3 and Waco High 0. Good job by the Lady Trojans bottom third to get on base and move the runners into scoring position for the top of the order, and Perales delivered with the 2-run double. University, with their district record of 8-3, appears to be headed to the postseason, along with Elgin, Hutto, and Manor out of District 17 5A. Again, this is the last game of the regular season schedule for both of these clubs. Waco High will finish out of the playoff picture. Looking forward to getting things together for next year. We'll have to catch the batting changes for Waco High as they come to the plate. We'll just see how Amanda Rose decided to bat them when she brought in the defensive changes. But it's 4, 5, and 6 in the Lady Lions batting order here in the bottom of the second to take on Destiny Guerra. Again, Guerra shut out Waco High the first time that these two teams met on 2 hits. Alyssa Daniels and Cristiana Hernandez were the only 2 to get hits off of Guerra the first time these two teams met. Third baseman Natalie Rodriguez will lead it off for the Lady Lions. Hitting .286 on the year. Just 12 hits, but a lot of extra base hits out of there. 2 doubles and a triple. Closed stance on the right side. Watches the first pitch outside for ball 1. Shadows getting very long here in the late afternoon at the Waco ISD Sports Complex. Again, sudden setting behind third base might give that first baseman some trouble. Next pitch is down low on the inside corner, though, for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. First baseman's really got to concentrate on throws from the third baseman, pitcher, and shortstop. 1-1. Hit to left field, coming on hard, but able to get it on a bounce is Taylor Simmons, and Rodriguez has the first hit of the game for the Lady Lions. A leadoff single here in the second. Brings to the plate the catcher, Casey Rodriguez.
Casey Rodriguez.
Well off the plate on the right side. Watches the first pitch a bit high for ball one. Rodriguez hitting .297. 12 hits on the year. 2 doubles and a triple. Hits this one off the end of the bat into the screen behind home plate. Check that. Casey has 19 hits on the year. 5 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. 14 RBIs for the Lady Lions catcher. She asked for time as she felt Guerra was taking a little too long to get the signs from her catcher, Fajardo. Now Guerra toes the rubber with the 1-1. Off speed, swung on and missed. Gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for the runner to advance. Very nice evening to be playing softball. Temperature in the low 80s, upper 70s maybe. No wind whatsoever and a clear blue sky overhead. The 1-2, swung on and missed. For strike 3. Or is it strike 2? Strike 3. Here we go. Second strikeout for Rodriguez. 1 out, 1 on. Hers first baseman, Deja Walker. Grounds the plate on the left side. Hits the first pitch toward the third base on deck circle, foul. According to the stats we received from Game Changer, Walker has only seen action in 3 games now this season. Just 1 for 6 at the plate. Watches this one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the second inning. Lady Trojans on top, 3-0. 1-1 pitch is popped foul over toward the third base on deck circle. Chased down by third baseman Cameron Lujan. Guerra ahead in the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looking for a third strikeout and second in a row. 1-2 is taken for a strike. It gets past the catcher. The throw to first base. The runner is able to move down on the pass ball. Walker is a strikeout victim. 2 away. And now here's Christiana Hernandez, who came in for China Russell. So Hernandez watches the first pitch outside for ball 1. Batting in the 7th spot in the batting order for head coach Amanda Rose. 1-0. That's outside. 2 balls with no strikes. Not sure why Guerra feels like she needs to throw the ball outside on Hernandez. Hernandez is standing on the back line of the right-handed batter's box. I don't think she could reach the outside corner with the end of the bat. Pitch is swung on and fouled to the screen. Count goes to 2-1. Rodriguez stands at second base after the leadoff single. Moved down on the pass ball with the second strikeout at the inning. 2-1. Swung and missed. Strike 2. That's the pitch that Guerra's looking for. As Hernandez doesn't have enough bat to reach that pitch. unless she moves in on the plate some. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Bounced in, scooped up nicely by Fajardo. Returns it quickly to her pitcher to hold the runner. Fajardo flashes the signs. Payoff pitch on the way. Hit over the second baseman. It's into right field for a base knock. The runner from second will stop at third base as Aguilar gets the ball in quickly. Second hit of the inning as Hernandez lines one over the second baseman. Put runners at the corners with 2 outs. And pass the bat to Ashley Allen. She is in the 8th spot where Ashton Phillips was penciled into the starting lineup. Allen in the middle of the box on the right side. Watches the first pitch clip the outside corner. Throw through goes out to second base. A good job by the shortstop to back up. Morales there to save the run. Kira does a little house cleaning around the circle. She gets the sign from Fajardo. 0-1. It's down low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Rodriguez, the runner at third. Hernandez at first. Waco High trying to get on the scoreboard for the first time in the contest. It's going to take a 2-out base knock. 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Guerra with the 3 strikeouts tonight now has 34. Slow roller to the third baseman. Throw is in time from Lujan to record the out and end the inning for Waco High. They get no runs on 2 hits. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We played 2 in our score. It's University 3 and Waco High nothing. The boys baseball schedule about a week behind the girls schedule. Waco High and University boys baseball teams scheduled to play each other on April the 29th, 1 week from tonight. This game being recorded on April the 22nd. First time that the baseball teams played each other, Waco High came away with a 3-1 victory. We will have the broadcast of that next Waco High University meeting coming up here on Waco ISD in a couple of weeks. Amanda Rose back out talking to our umpires, which indicates to me that there's possibly some more changes. I'm looking around the outfield to see if I see any changes out there. It appears that, I'll get it right here. Well, everybody seems to be in their right spots. Maybe there's no defensive changes at all. Leading off for University here in the 3rd inning is Mariah Cavazos. That's the scheduled hitter. Actually, it's going to be number 8, Ashley Estrada. Apparently, I didn't write down what Tomaso's dead to end the inning. Estrada hits this pitch to the shortstop. White can't handle that one. And Estrada will be safe on the error. So runner on. University's had their leadoff batter aboard in every inning, and now here's Bella Gutierrez, the second baseman. Gutierrez reached on an error her first time up. Pitch is outside. Estrada bluffed to run to second base, but did not go. Next pitch is down low. That gets through the catcher's legs, and on the pass ball, Estrada will move down to second base. The Lady Trojans again have a runner in scoring position. Gutierrez 1 for 3 when these two teams met the first time. Watches this pitch up high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch hits the outside corner on the 3-0. Travis trying to put another run on the board as the Lady Trojans have scored in every inning so far. The 3-1, it's a pie ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Caitlin Graham. It brings up Destiny Guerra, the pitcher. Swinging at the first pitch, a slow roller to the shortstop or throw to first base will be in time to get the out there, but both runners will move up. Destiny retired 6-3 for out number 1. The 2 runners in scoring position for Lujan. She singled and scored her first time up. Has a couple of ducks on the pond out there. See if she can add to her 17 RBI on the season. Hits this one off the end of the bat to the backstop. Lujan had a solo home run off of Graham when these two teams met the first time. She's way up at the front of the box. The 0-1 is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. In fact, she went 2 for 3 in that first contest with a couple of runs scored and an RBI. The 1-1 inside, breezes the shoelaces. He's up on top of the count at 2-1. Time called now by Casey Rodriguez, the catcher. She wants to go talk to her pitcher. Maybe change their approach against Lujan. Lujan hits in the 7th spot in the batting order for head coach Karen Ramirez. Plate umpire had to clean up a few things down the first baseline, make sure all equipment and players were where they're supposed to be. Now we're ready for the 2-1. Hit on the ground to the shortstop. White's throw is in time to get the out, but coming home to score is Estrada to make it 4-0 in favor of University. Lujan picks up her 18th RBI on the year with the ground out. Gutierrez moves down to third base, and now here's Taylor Simmons. Simmons fouls off the first pitch. She reached on an error and scored her first time up. She had 2 hits off of Graham in 3 trips to the plate in the first meeting between these two clubs. The 0-1 hit on the ground to the second baseman Daniels. She'll go to first and record the out, and that will end the Lady Trojan third, but they come up with a hit, or they come up with a run without benefit of a hit. There was an error and 1 runner left on base. Heading to the bottom of the third, we got a new score. It's University 4 and Waco High nothing. Take this opportunity to recognize our crew from Waco ISD TV who's done a fine job this softball season all year long. Guys and gals work very hard. Our camera people, Jesse Maldonado, Tyrell McSpadden, and Neatron. Folks in the truck taking care of audio and graphics, Leslie Ugalde and Ricky Mazza. And as always, a big thanks to our producer director, Jesse Pateo. Great job, guys and gals. Certainly appreciate all your hard work. Leslie is actually working a camera tonight. She's on camera 3. We've let Leslie do a little bit of everything. Yeah, there's the truck back there. You guys do an amazing job. I certainly appreciate what you do. I don't know. You're talking about this one? That's Marty Herbst. Yeah, that's Marty Herbst there. I'm just the announcer. I just kind of help the pictures along. 9, 1, and 2 in the Lady Lions batting order here in the bottom of the third inning. As starting pitcher Guerra will finally finish off the Waco High lineup through the first 9. With Caitlin Graham coming to the plate. Graham was 0 for 2 at the plate when these two teams met back on March the 29th. University victory 5-0 that night.
Caitlin Graham.
2 hits off of Guerra so far. She's also collected 3 strikeouts. Graham in the middle of the box on the right side. Waits for the first offering and watches it outside corner for strike 1. Graham hitting .404 on the year. It's this one off a home plate foul. Out of her 19 hits, she's got 3 doubles. She scored 8 runs and picked up 5 RBI. Behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is a changeup that's swung and missed for strike 3. That's 4 strikeouts now for Destiny. First time through the batting order of Waco High. She's allowed no runs on 2 hits. She struck out 4 and walked none. So now she faces Chloe Trujillo for the second time. Trujillo, little humpback liner to first base her first time up. Front of the box on the right side. Squares to bunt the first pitch and lets it go by for strike 1. Ball glanced off the glove of Fajardo. She'll have to chase it down up the first baseline. 4-0 our score. Lady Trojans with 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third for their 4. The 0-1 is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Trujillo. She was 0 for 2 against Guerra. Back on the 29th. She did walk in that contest. One of only 2 walks given up by Guerra in the game. She also only had 2 strikeouts in that game. Defense did a good job behind her. The 1-1. Right back to the pitcher. Nice job fielding her position. Throw to first base in time, and there's 2 gone. That'll leave it up to Marlissa Daniels to start a 2-out rally for the Lady Lions.
Marlissa Daniels.
She was called out on strikes her first time up. Starts the day hitting .528 for Amanda Rose's team. Watches the first pitch skip in for ball 1. She has scored 10 runs on the year and has 9 RBI. I think I mentioned she likes to walk more than she strikes out. 10 walks against 7 strikeouts. Make that 8 strikeouts now with the one earlier today. 1-0. Swung and missed. And after a breaking ball that dipped under her bat. There you see the guy in white leaning against the fence. That's trainer Jerry for University. Next pitch is high and away. There's Jerry Williams. He takes care of all the athletic training at University High School. Looks comfortable over there, doesn't he? 2-1 pitch, just a bit low. Count goes to 3-1. Once again doing some groundwork at the pitcher's plate in the circle. Here's her 3-1 offering. Swung on and foul tipped at the plate for strike 2. Good at bat by Daniels to run up the pitch count on Guerra, but it's not such a big deal in softball as it is in baseball. The underhand motion, a lot less wear and tear on the arm than the overhand motion. Payoff pitch, fouled off first base side. Jerry Williams boots it, finally finds a handle on it. Another payoff pitch on its way. It's high and outside, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by Guerra. It's a 2-out walk, though, not a leadoff walk. But it's ahead of the 3-hole hitter, Sarah White, who grounded out to third base her first time. Sarah's collected 15 hits on the year now. 4 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Bunts the first pitch foul. Trying to bunt her way aboard. Thought she might catch Lujan playing a little too deep at third base. Just didn't deliver it between the lines. Looks into the third base coach's box where Amanda Rose, the head coach, issues some instruction. 0-1. Again, squares to bunt, pulls back on the pitch. It's high and outside. Takes it to 1 ball and 1 strike. This batter's square to bunt. You see all kinds of motion on the infield. Everybody trying to get in the right position. The 1-1. That's lined foul. I tell you, Jesse Maldonado, the old pro over there at third base, didn't move a muscle with that ball coming at him. Guerra a strike away from getting out of the inning. Looking for her 5th strikeout of the night. Delivers it low for ball 2. Couldn't get White to chase that one. That'll put Deuces Wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Fajardo flashes the signs. Here comes the 2-2. Off speed and high. Runner headed down to second base and will get there on a pass ball. So Daniels now in scoring position. Second lady line to reach second base tonight. White looking to deliver something to the outfield and bring home the first run for Waco High. Count of 3-2. Payoff. Down low, ball 4. White walks. Back-to-back walks. Runner from second took off for third and got there. But you still have runners at the corners. As Guerra has put 2 on with 2 outs with back-to-back walks. And now here's Natalie Rodriguez. She has one of the 2 hits off of Guerra so far. That was a single to lead off the second inning, but she was stranded at third base. See if White decides to head to second base. Not this time. A strike call on Rodriguez. Natalie was 0 for 2 against Guerra when these 2 teams met previously, with a double play ground out and another ground out to the third baseman. Lady Trojans just need 1 more out to get out of the frame. Next pitch hit on the ground to the second baseman. Gutierrez has it, throws to first, gets the out, and retires the Lady Lions in the third. Get no runs on no hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left on base. We've completed 3 innings of play with our score, University 4 and Waco High 0. Through the first 3 innings, University has 4 runs on just 3 base hits. They've left 5 runners on, make that 4 runners on base. Waco High with no runs on 2 hits, and they've left 4 runners on base. Big difference right now is fielding, as Waco High has committed 5 errors so far, and University has committed none. Those errors are considered free bases by coaches. That's what you try to do, is eliminate as many free bases as possible. Those 4 errors and the 1 walk issued by Graham, that's 5 free bases given to University. Whereas Waco High has been granted just 2 free bases on those back-to-back walks with 2 outs there in the bottom of the third. Here in the top of the fourth for the Lady Lions, it'll be, for the Lady Lions, I'll be all right. Be Casey Rodriguez, Deja Walker, and then Christiana Hernandez. Oh, it's the Trojans coming to bat. I'll get it right in a second. I'll flip the scorecard over. 9-1-2 for the Lady Trojans. Aguilar, Perales, and Fajardo face Caitlin Graham. See if there's been any other defensive changes by Waco High, but do not detect any at this time. Lupe Aguilar leads it off. She had a sacrifice her first time up, and that put 2 runners in scoring position that came around to score in the second inning. She watches the first pitch fastball a bit low for ball 1. She did not appear in the first meeting between these 2 teams. Watches this one hit the outside corner. Takes the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Watches this one down low. It's just the 7th game in which she's appeared this year. Just looking for her 2nd hit of the season. Front of the box on the right side, the 2-1 is grounded foul. Third base side. Picked up in the third base dugout by the head coach, Amanda Rose, and delivered back to the mound. Top of the fourth, University trying to add to a 4-0 lead. The 2-2 pitch is cued off the end of the bat. Back to the backstop. Lights are on now and starting to take full effect. Pitch is grounded to the second baseman, Daniels. The throw is just in the nick of time to get Aguilar for out number 1. Top of the order for the Lady Trojans. Ariana Perales, she is 2 for 2 with a single, a double, a run scored, and 2 RBI. She's had a nice evening in that leadoff spot. Karen Ramirez is going to go over and talk to the first base umpire about the play at first base. But the out will remain. Now here's Perales. Hits the first pitch over the screen. First base side out of play. Perales with her 2 hits tonight now has 36 on the year. Hits this one on the ground to the second baseman Daniels. That throw in plenty of time, and there's 2 outs. Graham looking for her first 3 up, 3 down frame against the Trojan offense. Has to face the catcher Rebecca Fajardo, who's 0 for 2 officially. Reached on an error in the first and then flew out to right field in the second. Hits this one right back up the middle of the diamond. It'll fall in for a base hit. So Fajardo is aboard with 2 outs. 4th hit of the night for University. Brings up the 3-hole hitter, Mariah Cavazos. Cavazos hitless so far with a fly out to center and a ground ball to third base. Watches the first pitch on the inside third for strike 1. No balls and 2 strikes now, Mariah. 23 hits on the year. 16 RBIs and 19 runs scored. Won't chase after that pitch low and away. Goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs and a runner at first. 1-2. Hit off the glove of the first baseman. It'll trickle enough back behind the first base bag to where the batter runner will be safe, and the runner from first will end up at third. So another error committed by Waco High keeps the inning alive. As Cavazos reaches, put runners at the corners for the 4-hole hitter, Ashley Estrada. Estrada reached on an error to start the third and came around to score the 4th run of the game for University. First time up, she hit into a fielder's choice, so she's 0 for 2. She'll stand at the front of the box and watch the first pitch in the heart of the plate for strike 1. Fajardo at third, Cavazos at first. Lady Trojans trying to cash in on a 2-out rally here with runners at the corners. The 0-1. On the ground, third base side, but foul. Now Graham a pitch away from getting out of the inning without any damage. 2-out single and an error has given University extra life here in the 4th. Trying to put a run on the board for the 4th consecutive inning. The 1-2. That's hit past the shortstop. It's into left center field for a base knock. RBI single for Estrada makes it 5-0 in favor of University. Cavazos stops at second base. And now second baseman Bella Gutierrez comes to the plate. She walked her last time up. Was left stranded at third base in that inning. She also reached on an error back in the first. Checks her swing on the changeup. Probably should have pulled the trigger. It's on the outside corner for strike 1. The 0-1. Swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Catcher will not be able to get to it in time to take care of the runners moving up. On a wild pitch, it was in the dirt. So now both are in scoring position. Gutierrez looking to bring them home with something to the outfield. Behind the count, though, 0-2. Hits this one past the shortstop. It goes in all the way to the wall. Out in left center field, both runners will score. Diving into second base with the 2-run double is Gutierrez. That makes it 7-0 in favor of University. A 3-run, 2-out rally for the Lady Trojans here in the fourth. And they're not through. As pitcher Destiny Guerra is coming to the plate with a runner in scoring position while the Waco High defense talks about it in the circle. Guerra talks to her coach, Karen Ramirez, up the third baseline. Lady Trojans have scored in every inning so far. 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and now 3 here in the fourth. And all 3 runs in this fourth came with 2 outs. 2 singles, an error, and a double. Pitches one hopper back to the mound, but the pitcher can't handle it. She loses the handle on the ball. A throw to third base as the runner rounds the bag too far, but not in time, and Guerra's aboard on the second error of the inning. Gutierrez moves to third base. Runners at the corners. Cameron Lujan coming to the plate as the 8th batter of the inning. Again, the first 2 batters were retired. Then University put the pedal on the accelerator. First pitch to Lujan is foul down the third baseline. Nice backhand pickup by Rodriguez. Had that ball stayed fair, she had a real good shot of getting the out. Lujan returns 1 for 2 on the night with a single and a run scored in the second. Then she grounded out to shortstop in the third. 0-1. On the ground to White, the shortstop. Throw is on target for the third out to retire the side, but not before University does some damage, scoring 3 runs on 3 base hits. There was 2 errors in the inning and 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth with a new score. It is University 7 and Waco High nothing. As the Lady Trojans sent 8 batters to the plate in that fourth inning and did all the damage with 2 outs. Waco High here in the bottom of the fourth at 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order coming to the plate. It is an outstanding night. As you see the sun set behind the trees over the left field wall. Just past that left field wall is also the baseball diamond. One of 2 baseball diamonds here at the complex. Also have 2 softball fields along with the football stadium. Very nice complex out here on the hill next to Veterans Hospital. Destiny Guerra back out to the hill looking for her 5th victory of the season, according to statistics that I've been able to get off of Game Changer provided by the University coaching staff. Again, this is her 10th appearance of the year and her 9th start. She has thrown the bulk of the innings for the University pitching staff this year. Now with 49 2/3 innings pitched. She has been the mainstay in the circle for Karen Ramirez and the Lady Trojans. Catcher Casey Rodriguez will lead it off for Waco High here in the bottom of the fourth. She'll be followed by Deja Walker and then Christiana Hernandez. Rodriguez struck out her first time up. So she's 0 for 1 in this contest. She's 0 for 4 against Guerra in the season.
Macy Rodriguez.
First pitch is down low for ball 1. Taylor Simmons in left, Ashley Estrada in center, and Lupita Aguilar is in right field. That's the outfield for the Lady Trojans. There's 1-0. Fouled off. Leaves it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. The infield for University, Cameron Lujan at third. Ariana Perales, the shortstop. Bella Gutierrez at second base and Mariah Cavazos at first. Rebecca Fajardo does the catching. 1-1 offering. Off speed, hit on the ground to the third baseman, Lujan. She handles it nicely, gets it over to Cavazos at first for out number 1. Four strikeouts so far for Guerra. Most of the rest of the outs have been ground ball outs. Only see 1 fly ball out on my scorecard. Here's Deja Walker. First baseman was a strikeout victim her first time up. Will not swing at that pitch, low and away for ball 1. It looked like a pitch that Guerra's working on. Tried to experiment a little bit with that first pitch. Good look at Walker there. 1-0. That's also outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0. Hit on the ground. The shortstop, Morales, comes to get it. Her throw across the diamond is on target, and there's 2 gone. 2 up and 2 down here in the Waco High 4th. Brings up the 7-hole hitter, Cristiana Hernandez. Hernandez singled her first time up. Change up, she fouls it off into the screen on the first base side. Hernandez is now 2 for 3 against Guerra in the 2 games played between Waco High and University this year. Watches this one low and inside. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. $19 wins for the Lady Trojans this year, the second most in the district behind Elgin, who has won 20 to this point in the season. Here's the 1-1. Hit on the ground toward the 4-hole. Second baseman gets to it. Nice little pirouette move in the throw on target. Outstanding play by Bella Gutierrez to end a 3 up, 3 down 4th for the Lady Lions. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. After 4 innings, our score is University 7 and Waco High nothing. That's the second 3 up, 3 down inning for the Lady Trojan defense. They did that in the first and now here in the 4th. And all 3 outs in the 4th, ground ball outs. Top of the 5th inning, and University sends 8, 9, and 1 to the plate against Caitlin Graham. If they can plate 3 runs in the frame and then hold Waco High in the bottom of the inning, then this contest would be ended on the run rule. Amanda Rose once again talking to the umpires, and looks like we're going to get some defensive changes. See Autumn Magnum. Oh, I'm sorry, that's still Daniels at second base. All right, we do have a new first baseman, I believe, as Relisha Lee takes over at first base. So Relisha Lee taking over at first base for Deja Walker. All the rest of the numbers seem to be in the right spot. So Walker out of the game after going 0 for 2 at the plate with a strikeout and a ground out. Taylor Simmons will lead it off, followed by Guadalupe Aguilar. Then back to the top of the order and Ariana Perales. Simmons has reached on an error and grounded out. Scored a run when she reached on an error back in the second. Watches the first pitch outside for ball one. Bottom of the order looking to set the table for the top of the order and see if they can't get the 3 runs needed to set up the 10-run rule. 1-0 on the ground, one hop back to the pitcher. Graham throws it to first base for out number 1. Now here's Aguilar. A very good bunt back in the second inning, set up a 2-run inning for the Lady Trojans by Aguilar. Last time up, she grounded out, so she's 0 for 1 officially. But you can't discount that bunt as it moved both runners in scoring position that did come around to score on the next batter's double. Watches this one high and outside for ball 1. Watches this one a bit low. 2 balls and no strikes. We've got pinch hitter at the place. This is Adriana May. Next one is for a strike. So Adriana May pinch hitting in the 9 spot for Aguilar. Watches this one low on inside, and they had 3 balls and 1 strike. May starts the night a .240 hitter. She's collected 12 hits. It includes a couple of doubles. Has scored 13 runs and has 4 RBI. The 3-1. It's called a strike at the bottom part of the strike zone. So the count goes full. May has picked up 6 walks on the year and struck out 12 times. The 3-2, outside, ball 4. So she picks up the walk. It's a 1-out base runner. 9-hole hitter gets aboard for the top of the order. And here's Perales, 2 for 3 on the night. Singled and scored in the first, doubled home 2 runs in the second. Grounded out to third base. Grounded out to second base in the 4th. Trying to have a 3-hit night here. Hits it on the ground toward the shortstop, White. She'll go to second base, and the out will not be recorded as the second baseman can't hold on to it. It's a fielder's choice for Perales. And an error on the second baseman that allows May to move to second base. May sliding in, may have injured herself for a moment. Walks around to try to shake it off. So 2 aboard, and now here's Rebecca Fajardo. She singled and scored her first time, or her last time at the plate. She's been on base twice. The other time she reached on an error. In between, she flew out to right field. Watches the first pitch hit the outside corner for strike 1. Watches this one outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Her 1 hit tonight gives her 34 on the season now. 8 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. Watches this one outside, and I believe it's, well, the scoreboard says 2-1. 2 runners on with 1 out. Pitch is hit right back through the box into center field. Runner from second being sent home. The throw from center field will not come into, will just come into second base and hold the runners there. But it's an RBI single for Fajardo that makes it an 8-0 contest in favor of University. Fajardo picks up her 21st RBI of the year, and that leads the Trojans in that department along with Ashley Estrada, who's now at the plate. She hits the first pitch toward the second baseman. Caught. The throw to the shortstop covering the bag will not get the out there, but they do get the out on Cavazos, who lines out to second base for out number 2. Now here's Ashley Estrada, who singled her last time up and brought home a run. That's her 22nd RBI of the year. So she's the one who leads the Trojans in runs batted in this season. She's been on base all 3 times on a fielder's choice and error and that single, and she scored 2 runs. Pitch is in the dirt. Does not get away far enough from Rodriguez to allow the runners to move up. 2 outs in the frame. Perales at second, Fajardo at first. Estrada trying to put 2 more on the board here in the 5th. The Trojans have once again put a run on the board in every inning. This one gets past the catcher, and both runners will move up on a pass ball. So now they're both in scoring position. Estrada looking to get something to the outfield to bring them home. Left fielder Cristiana Hernandez, guarding the line and left, puts a huge hole in the gap in left center field between she and the center fielder. Pitch is high and away. Estrada ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Isabella Gutierrez waits on deck. Estrada's really not had much to swing at in the at-bat. Lets the cripple go by for strike 1. One run on 1 hit in the inning. The 3-1. Foul down the third baseline. You can see Estrada trying to hold the hands back and explode on the ball when it got there, but still a little early. Graham a strike away from getting out of a bit of a jam here in the top of the 5th. She's already allowed 1 run, thanks to a leadoff walk. The payoff pitch, again fouled off third base side toward the Waco High dugout. Good look at Perales at third base. Another 3-2 pitch, high and away, ball 4. Estrada walks. 2 walks in the inning. 3 in the game. Bags full of Lady Trojans, and here's Bella Gutierrez, who doubled home a couple of runs her last time up. She now has 14 RBI on the season. First pitch is low, gets away from the catcher. Coming home to score on the wild pitch will be Perales, and everybody else moves up 60 feet. So it's now Perales at third base, Estrada at second. Count of 1 ball and no strikes on Gutierrez. Won't chase after the pitch high and away, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Nine-0 our score. 2-0. Checks her swing on a pitch in the dirt and fouled it off, and apparently got just a piece of it. 2-1 to count. A 1-out walk opened the door for University here in the 5th. 2 runs in the frame. The 2-1 pitch popped up on the infield. The pitcher makes the catch over toward first base, and that will end the 5th inning for University, but they do come up with 2 runs. They do it on just 1 base hit. There was one error in the inning and 2 runners left on base. As we head to the bottom of the 5th, we have a new score. It's University 9 and Waco High nothing. As University left the potential 10-run rule run at third base there in the top of the 5th. For Waco High here in the bottom of the 5th, it will be 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order as Destiny Guerra goes back to the hill. Looking over the top of the left field wall, you see baseball field number 2 where there was a game going earlier but apparently is completed. Lady Trojans take the field for the bottom of the 5th. Destiny Guerra has not been through the Waco High batting order twice just yet. She still has the 8 and 9 hole hitters to face for the second time. She's done an outstanding job, though, of getting ground ball outs along with 4 strikeouts. Matter of fact, out of the 12 outs so far, 7 of them have been ground ball outs. 4 strikeouts and 1 flyout. And that flyout was just a little humpback liner to the first baseman. Pretty much what a coach asks of a pitcher is to get ground balls. Let the defense do the work for them. Guerra's 4 strikeouts on the night. Now gives her 35 on the season. She has, though, walked a pair. And she's now walked 30 on the year. She's finished her warm-up tosses. Getting ready to face 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order. Ashley Allen, the scheduled hitter. And it is Ashley who comes to plate number 2. She is 0 for 1 with a ground out to the third baseman.
Ashton Phillips.
First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Well, I apologize. It's Ashton Phillips who's number 2. My scorecard says it's Ashley Allen, and Phillips is 00. But Phillips was the one who was penciled into the lineup and has been there the whole time. Watches, swings and misses this, no balls and 2 strikes. So it's Phillips who is 0 for 1. Guerra looking for a 5th strikeout. Swung and a miss, strike 3. Picks up strikeout number 5. Now here's the Lady Lions pitcher, Caitlin Graham. Graham struck out her first time up.
Graham.
Checks her swing on a pitch up high for ball 1. Graham started the night hitting .404 on the year. The 1-0 toward the 4 hole and snagged by Gutierrez. Flips it over to Cavazos for out number 2. Gutierrez has had a couple of sterling plays over there at second base out of the last 3 batters. 6 in a row retired now by Guerra. It's back to the top of the order for Waco High. Chloe Trujillo, who's 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out, comebacker to the pitcher. Guerra looking for her 3rd 3-up, 3-down inning of the game, her 2nd in a row. Changeup misses outside for ball 1. Trujillo started the night hitting .446. 25 hits on the year, 5 doubles, 2 triples. The 1-0. That's in the heart of Main Street and taken for strike 1. Just 2 hits so far for Waco High. Those both came back in the second inning. The 1-1 bounces in, goes toward the backstop. Trujillo trying to start a 2-out rally here for the Lady Lions in the bottom of the 5th, trailing 9-0. Two one, low and inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Guerra's been around the plate except for those back-to-back walks in the 3rd, but those came with 2 outs. Taking right down Main Street for strike 2. They're looking now for strikeout number 6 on the night. She only had 2 strikeouts against Waco High the first time she faced the Lady Lions. The 3-2, outside ball 4. Could not get Trujillo to chase after something. And she's aboard as a 2-out base runner. Now here's the second baseman, Marlissa Daniels. She's 0 for 1, called out on strikes in the 1st, walked in the 3rd, but was left stranded at third base in that 3rd inning. There goes the runner on the first pitch. It goes by the catcher, and a stolen base for Trujillo as she was off with the pitch. She's in scoring position with 2 outs and a count of 1 ball. Oh, they say the ball hit her. Apparently so. According to the home plate umpire, Daniels was hit by a pitch. So she's at first base. It's the 3rd time tonight that the Lady Trojans has had 2 base runners on board at the same time. And twice it's happened with 2 outs. Well, all 3 times it happened with 2 outs. Now here's Sarah White, 0 for 1 with a ground out to 3rd and a walk. It's the first pitch on the line to the shortstop. She just needs the 1 out by catching the ball, and that's it. It ends the frame. White hits it on the nose, but it's an atom ball right at shortstop Ariana Perales for the 3rd out for University in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. We've completed 5 innings of play. Our score is University 9 and Waco High 0. Through 5 innings, Waco High with no runs on 2 hits. They've left 6 runners on base. For University, they have their 9 runs on 7 hits. And they've left 8 runners on base. Again, big difference in the game is no errors for University, while Waco High has committed at least 1 error in every inning. That's 8 errors I have on my scorecard, with 3 in the 1st and 2 in the 4th. Single errors in the 2nd, 3rd, and 5th. That's far too many free bases. You add that to the 3 walks that have been issued by Graham. That's plenty of free bases to equal the 9 runs that University has collected. Six, 7, and 8 in the batting order for University here in the top half of the 6th inning. Got to hand it to Trojan pitcher Destiny Guerra. She has now shut out Waco High for 12 consecutive innings as she pitched a 7-inning shutout against the Lady Lions the first time they played each other back on March the 29th. That game she also got a lot of ground ball outs. Caitlin Graham working her 6th inning as the starter for Waco High. Seven hits she surrendered tonight are 2 more than the 5, or take that back. She's 5 less than the 12 she gave up against Waco High the first time they met each other. She gave up to University. Here's Destiny Guerra. She is 0 for 3. The first pitch is up high for ball 1. Into a fielder's choice to end the first, grounded out to shortstop in the 3rd, reached on an error in the 4th and left stranded at first base. The 1-0 bounces off a home plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Guerra started the night hitting .278. Fouls this one off. Got a pitch she thought she could handle, but just got over the top of it. He's collected 20 hits this year, 3 doubles. Has scored 20 runs. And has 14 RBI. This pitch bounces in front of home plate. Rodriguez blocks it with the body and then chases it down. 3-1 the count. University has had their leadoff batter aboard in 3 of the first 5 innings and make that 4 of the first 6 as Guerra gets aboard with a leadoff single. Hit that one just to the first base side of the pitcher's circle. Goes between the second baseman and the second base bag. Here's Cameron Lujan. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored in the 2nd. Then a couple of ground ball outs to the shortstop. Likes the front of the box against the right-hander and watches the first pitch down low for ball 1. Rodriguez has trouble picking it up, but the runner's not going. Lujan has now collected 17 hits on the year. 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Next pitch is outside. Snap throw to first base, but Guerra's back to the bag. Her only home run of the season came against Waco High when she led off the 3rd inning of that game with a solo shot. Ground ball foul, third base side. Nice play by Karen Ramirez, the third base coach's box. Lujan steps back in. Here comes the 2-1. Popped up down the right side. The right fielder is under it and makes the catch. As Ashton Phillips brings it in for out number 1. Here's Taylor Simmons. First pitch is down low for ball 1. Another snap throw to first. Diving back to the bag is Guerra, and underneath the tag of Relisha Lee. Time asked for and granted over at first base. Appears that Guerra may have jammed a finger going back into the bag. Jerry Williams checks it out and says, you're okay. Simmons is 0 for 3, but has a run scored when she reached on an error back in the 2nd inning. A couple of ground outs after that. Watches this one down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lady Trojans on top 9-0 here in the top half of the 6th inning. One hopper right back to the mound. Good job by Graham to get the out at first base. The runner will move down to second base. But Simmons is retired 1-3 for the second time in a row. Now here's Adriana May, who came to the plate for Lupe Aguilar in the 5th inning, walked and scored. Launches a first pitch, hit the inside corner for strike one. May has collected 12 hits this year. Has now scored 14 runs. That one's down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Guerra's at second base with 2 outs in a 9-0 contest. 1-1, high and away. Just 2 extra base hits for May. Hits this one to the second baseman and caught just as it gets to the ground, but keeps it from hitting the dirt. May lines out to second base for the 3rd out to retire the side. For the first inning tonight, University has been held scoreless. They get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Head to the bottom of the 6th, and our score is University 9 and Waco High 0. Caitlin Graham has now faced the University batting order 4 times. And the Trojans have reached her for 9 runs, but many of those are unearned thanks to the errors committed behind her. She's only given up 8 hits to this point. I got her with 3 walks and no strikeouts. Going to get a new pitcher for University as Waco High comes to bat here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. As the left-hander is going to take over on the mound, that's Bailey Short. For Bailey Short, this will be her 7th appearance of the year. She's got a record of 4 wins and no losses with no saves. Has pitched 22 innings this year, allowing 16 runs, 12 of those earned off of 27 hits. No walks for Bailey Short and 9 strikeouts. Apparently she's around the plate enough that they put the ball in play. And she starts the night with a 3.82 earned run average. So Bailey Short taking over on the hill for Destiny Guerra, who goes the first 5 innings, giving up no runs on just 2 base hits. I believe she's walked 3 and struck out 5. So a nice outing by Destiny Guerra. She leaves the game as the pitcher of record with the possibility of moving to 5-3 on the year. But now it's Bailey Short on the mound for University. Be her first inning of work against Waco High this year. First 3 she will face will be Natalie Rodriguez, Casey Rodriguez, and then Relisha Lee. Let's see if there's any other defensive changes for Waco High, for University. I do not detect any at this time. Looks like the starting pitcher is the only one who's been replaced. Now Waco High having to face the lefty Bailey Short. Natalie Rodriguez steps up, 1 for 2 on the night. Had a leadoff single in the 2nd. Was able to reach 3rd base, but left stranded there. One of only 2 Lady Lions to touch 3rd base tonight. Her last time up, she grounded out to 2nd base. First pitch is a called strike. Part of the plate just under the letters. He's collected 12 hits this year. 2 doubles and a triple. No home runs. The 0-1. Call strike 2 on the outside third. Bell tie. Shorts come out of the bullpen throwing strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Lined out to the shortstop on a hop. Perales makes a good throw across the diamond for out number 1. Now here's Casey Rodriguez. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out.
Casey Rodriguez.
She's still looking for her first hit against University this year. 0 for 5 against Lady Trojan pitching. High and inside for ball 1. Trojan outfield, Taylor Simmons in left, Ashley Estrada in center, and Peter Aguilar's in right. Sharks 1-0. Clips the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the infield for the Lady Trojans, Cameron Lujan at third. Ariana Perales at shortstop. Bella Gutierrez, a second baseman. Mariah Cavazos at first. Rebecca Fajardo gone the distance behind the plate. Catches this one a bit outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. Short asks for time so she can retie her shoe. And a double tight. Make sure that it stays tied. Now the lefty's ready with the 2-1. Fouled off at home plate, picked up in foul territory by Fajardo. Two and 2 the count. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, Waco High trails 9-0. That 2-2 pitch is off speed and up the first base side, waiting for the first baseman to get there. And both the pitcher and first baseman were off after the ball. Tag was not made. We're going to get a discussion between the home plate umpire and the first base umpire. They both, after they meet, they say she did tag her. So 1 for 3 with the tag out by the first baseman, Cavazos, for out number 2. 4 eyes are better than 2. And now here's Relisha Lee, her first trip to the plate after taking over defensively for the starter, Deja Walker at first base. Walker was 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Lee has now appeared in 11 games, a .375 batting average out of her 6 hits. She's got a couple of doubles and a home run. The 0-1. Fouled into the screen on the first base side. Behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. He has struck out 5 times compared to just 1 walk. He does like to put the ball in play. Here's the 0-2. Fouled into the screen behind home plate. Stays alive. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Game scheduled for 7. It'll go 7. University with a 9-0 lead. Another 0-2. On the ground, first base, but picked up in foul territory. Cavazos just couldn't get there in time to keep it fair. So she plays about 3 feet in front of the first base bag. One more 0-2 pitch. popped up first base side. Cavazos will get to it before it gets to the dugout. And that's the third out to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down go the Lady Lions in the 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the 7th with our score. University 9 and Waco High nothing. Top of the order for the Lady Trojans here in the top of the 7th inning. Morales, Fajardo, and Cavazos. Amanda Rose, the head coach for Waco High, at home plate once again. It appears she's going to be making some defensive changes. See Lizette Gonzalez with a glove on. Don't remember seeing her in the game prior to now. I'm not real sure why they're not taking the field. Now they head for the field. And it looks like Gonzalez is headed for right field. So put number 6, Lizette Gonzalez, in right field for the Waco High defense. That moves Ashton Phillips back over to left field where she started off. Chloe Trujillo is still in center field. Alicia Lee is the first baseman. Alyssa Daniels still at second base. Sarah White still the shortstop. And Natalie Rodriguez is still at third base. Casey Rodriguez still doing the catching, but we do have a new pitcher. Taking over on the hill is Cristiana Hernandez. So Hernandez, who was in left field, takes over on the mound. So that'll put Gonzalez in the 9 spot in the batting order for Waco High. Coming up in the bottom half of the 7th inning, she'll be the third hitter. So now it's Hernandez on the hill. See if we got some numbers on Hernandez. This will be her 8th appearance of the year. 22 2/3 innings pitched. Walked a few more than she struck out. 19 walks against just 8 strikeouts. So maybe the Lady Trojan batters will be a little patient here against Hernandez. Again, the top of the order, Ariana Perales at the plate. She is 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. First pitch is high and inside for ball 1. So Caitlin Graham goes the first 6 on the hill. Gave up 9 runs. Walked 3, struck out none. Pitch is swung and fouled back. Graham allowed University 9 runs on 8 hits. Count of 1 ball and 1 strike on Perales. Singled and scored in the first, doubled home a couple of runs in the second. This one hits her in the backside. She tries to twirl out of the way. She'll be a leadoff base runner. First hit batsman for Waco High pitching. Now here's Rebecca Fajardo. She has singles in her last 2 at bats. Makes her 2 for 4 on the night with a run scored. Her single last time up brought home a run, picked up an RBI. Stolen base for Perales as she takes off on the first pitch and gets to second base. A 1-0. Boy, that is hammered foul and just missed a little girl running in the bullpen. Fajardo got around on the changeup, sent it screaming into the Waco High bullpen. It's one of those things if you're around a baseball or softball field, you have to keep your eye on the ball at all times. I don't care if you're playing or in the stands. A missile may be headed for you at any time. The 1-1, that's popped up first base side, but it's going to hit the top of the University dugout. Fajardo trails the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top of the 7th, Lady Trojans trying to add to a 9-0 lead. That hits her. Back-to-back hit batters. Puts 2 on for University here in the top of the 7th. That doubles the number of hit batters that Hernandez has had this year. She had 2 coming into the game. So 2 aboard for Mariah Cavazos. She's 0 for 4, but has scored a run when she reached on an error in the 4th. She lined out to second base her last time up. Watches the first pitch up high for ball 1. Just 1 for 7 against Waco High in the 2-game series this year. The 1-0. That's high and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Vasos began tonight hitting .354. 0 for 4 probably has her down about .345 now. Watches this one bounce off a home plate. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. Lady Trojans about to load the bases without benefit of a hit. As Christiana Hernandez has come into the circle and been a bit wild. 3-0. She took something off of that one to get it in the heart of home plate. Throw to second base, but back in plenty of time is Perales. She's got a secondary lead about halfway to third, challenging Rodriguez to make a throw. Rodriguez just got it back to the circle. Here's the 3-1. On the ground, 1 hopper back to the pitcher. She'll go to first base and get the out there. Both runners move up. Hernandez just wanted to make sure of the 1. Records that out. And now here's Ashley Estrada. 1 for 3 on the night. An RBI single back in the 4th inning. Last time up she walked. She's also reached on a fielder's choice and an error. Scored in the 3rd inning when she started the inning reaching on an error by the shortstop. 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out for Estrada. She spins out of the way of the pitch high and tight for ball 1. Estrada now 2 for 6 against Waco High pitching this season. Moves up to the front of the box on the right side. The 1-0. That's up high. First base is open. Then you have to face Bella Gutierrez with the bases loaded. But it would put a force at every base and set up the double play. The 2-0. Bounces in. Hernandez trying to get some work in, relieving the starter, Caitlin Graham, who has thrown 12 innings against Waco High this year. The Lady Trojans have scored 14 runs off of her on 20 hits. The 3-0. That is hammered to the left field and in for a base knock. It gets past the left fielder as Phillips overruns it. Both runners have scored. And down to second base goes Estrada. We'll give her a single. Move her to second on the error. But we'll give her both RBIs, as it's now 11-0 in favor of the Lady Trojans. Put runs on the board in every inning but the sixth. Estrada at second. Now here's Gutierrez. She doubled home a couple of runs back in the fourth. Watches this one in the heart of the plate for strike one. That double her only hit. 1 for 3 on the night. She's also walked. Last time up, she popped up to the pitcher. It's this one on the ground, just over the third base bag, fair. Runner from second around third coming to the plate. She'll score. It's an RBI double for Gutierrez. It makes it 12-0 University. Free bases have come back to haunt Lady Trojan pitcher Cristiana Hernandez as she hit the first two batters of the inning, and both had scored. Now after one out, a single and a double has brought home another run. And here's Short. She hammers the first pitch she sees to right field, and it is off the bottom of the wall. Back to Bella. She's going to end up going to third base on the throw in. So give her a triple. That brings home Gutierrez. It makes it 13-0 in favor of University. So Short in her first at-bat triples off the right field fence. Now here's Cameron Lujan, who's 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. A 4-run seventh here for University. All the way to the backstop on the roll. Coming in from third base is Short, and the head first dive. She's in under the tag and scores on the wild pitch. 5 runs now have crossed home plate here in the top of the seventh. Makes it 14-0. Out of 1 ball and no strikes on Lujan. Two and 0 with the high pitch. Two ground outs and a fly out to go along with the single for Lujan tonight. Line down the left field side, and it's fair. Just lands inches inside that left field foul line all the way in the corner. Phillips chases it down and gets it back in. A really bad throw, no one covering third base, and she'll move up a base on the error by the left fielder. Four hits in the inning. 3 of the 4 for extra bases, plus a couple of errors. It's helped University grab 5 runs here in the top of the 7th, and now we're going to get a timeout as Amanda Rose heads out to the circle. Rose going to talk to Cristiana Hernandez here. As we've started the 7th inning, we will complete it. No matter the run rule, time limits, anything else, we have to go to the bottom of the 7th inning and give Waco High their at bat. But 5 runs thanks to a couple of leadoff hit batsmen, and then 4 base hits, 3 for extra bases here in the 7th. Taylor Simmons, the 8th batter to come to the plate for the Lady Trojans, with a runner at third. Watches the first pitch inside for ball one. Simmons is hitless tonight, but she has reached and scored. That was back in the second inning when she reached on an error by the first baseman. Since then, it's 3 groundouts, 1 to second and 2 right back to the pitcher. 1-0. On the ground, slowly hit to the shortstop, White. She'll make the throw across and get the out at first base. Coming home to score is Lujan. Makes it a 6-run frame and a 15-0 game in favor of University. But now there's nobody on and 2 outs, and the 9th batter of the frame coming to the plate in Adriana May. She's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored and a fly out to second base. First pitch bounces in for ball one. May took over in the 9 spot for Pepita Aguilar, who went 0 for 1 with a sacrifice, a very important sacrifice back in the second inning as it sent 2 runners into scoring position that did come around to score. Next pitch is hit on a couple of hops to the shortstop. White drops it, picks it up. Her throw will not be in time. And May is aboard on the error. And that'll bring the 10th batter of the inning to the plate. Third error in the inning. Second time in the game that Waco High has made 3 errors in a frame. Here's Perales, who started off this frame being hit by a pitch. He has scored 3 runs tonight. Watches the changeup up above the letters for ball one. I've got 11 errors committed by Waco High in this contest. Pitch is hit on the ground but foul, third base side, just outside the bag. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Caitlin Graham went the first 5 innings the first 6 innings in the circle for Waco High. Hernandez came on here in the 7th to get some work, and University making her work. 10 batters in the frame. Shot into the gap in left center field. Center fielder Trujillo gets to it on a hop to hold her to a single. May moves down to second base. There are 2 outs. Here's the catcher, Rebecca Fajardo. Hit by a pitch earlier in the inning and came around to score for the second time tonight. She's been on base 4 out of the 5 times she's come to the plate. Reaching on the hit batter, the two singles, and also on an error. First pitch is down low and bounces in for ball one. Lady Trojans lacked the front of the batter's box. Swung on and fouled off for strike 2. Or was it a foul ball? I guess you're going to call it a dead ball strike as it hit off her body, but she swung at it and both runners move up. So it's a wild pitch that moves both runners up. On the dead ball strike. Just because you got hit by the pitch doesn't give you the base if you swing at it. Ground ball of the third baseman from her knees. She throws across and it gets by Lee. Both runners will score. The right fielder backs up the play and will throw it all the way across the diamond to third base. Natalie Rodriguez, a good job of stopping it, but should have got up to her feet to make the throw as opposed to throwing from her knees. She short hopped Lee at first base. And the error allows 2 more runs to score and makes it 17-0 Waco or University. There are 2 outs. Runners at second base. Cavazos at the plate. Strike 1. 8 runs in the inning. Partially due to 4 errors. Mostly due to 4 errors and a couple of hit batsmen. Next pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. There are 5 hits in the inning. It was 9-0 entering the frame. Takes this one for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cavazos looking for her first hit tonight. She was on base, reaching on an error back in the 4th and scoring a run, but otherwise 2 flyouts, 2 groundouts. A 1-2 on the ground to the second baseman Daniels. Fields and throws, and that ends the inning, but not before University sends 12 batters to the plate. They get 8 runs on 5 hits. There was 4 Waco High errors and 1 runner left on base. Head to the bottom of the 7th with our score: University 17 and Waco High nothing. So Hernandez comes in for 1 inning and gives up 8 runs on 5 hits. She walked nobody and struck out nobody. And University that has 17 runs on just 12 hits. Twelve errors committed by Waco High. And 10 runners left on base for University. Bailey Short back out to the hill to start her 2nd inning of work. She took over for Destiny Guerra in the 6th inning and had a 3-up, 3-down frame with a ground out to short, a comebacker to the mound, and a pop up to first base. She says she's ready to go here in the bottom of the 7th. She faces the bottom 3rd of the batting order for Waco High. Scheduled is Christiana Hernandez, Ashton Phillips, and Lizette Gonzalez. So Hernandez steps up to the plate. 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out. She had a 2-out single back in the 2nd inning, but was left stranded at first base. First pitch, she hits on the ground to the first baseman Cavazos. She'll go to the bag herself. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. University scored a run in every inning tonight but the 6th. Scored 10 runs over the last 3 frames. Here's Ashton Phillips.
Number 2, Ashton Phillips.
She's 0 for 2 with a ground out to 3rd and a strikeout. Short misses low and outside for ball 1. Lady Trojans looking to improve to 9-3 in district action and headed to the playoffs with their 20th win of the season. 1-0 misses the outside corner, 2 balls and no strikes. Here's Waco High will end the season at 6-24 on the year and 2-9 in district play. The 2-0 swung and missed out in front of a changeup. Short just trying to throw strikes. Let the Lady Lions get themselves out. The 2-1. That's fouled off at home plate. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Been a perfect night for softball here at the Waco ISD Athletic Complex. Temperature dropping into the mid-70s. No wind to speak of. Ground ball to the 3rd baseman, Lujan. Perfect throw for out number 2. Waco High down to its last out as Lizette Gonzalez comes to the plate. She came in as a defensive replacement. This will be the 12th game in which she's appeared. She just has 4 hits on the year. They're all singles. Has scored 3 times and has 1 RBI. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Deep in the box on the right side. Short's first pitch to her is outside for ball 1. She took over for Caitlin Graham in the 9 spot. Caitlin went 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Just 2 hits issued by University pitching tonight. Fouled off into the screen. Evens it up, 1 ball and 1 strike. Both of those hits came back in the 2nd inning off of Guerra. Next pitch is a called strike. And now Waco High down to their last strike. As Short comes in and tries to make Short work out of the 6 batters she faces. The 1-2. Swung on and missed by the catcher, but she'll retrieve it, throw to first base to record the out. And that'll be the ball game as Short picks up her first strikeout and 6th strikeout of the night for University pitching. And for Waco High in the 7th, it's 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Our final score is University 17 and Waco High nothing. Final line score on the game for University, 17 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They leave 10 runners on base. For Waco High, they get no runs on 2 hits. They commit 12 errors, and they leave 6 runners on base. Destiny Guerra is the winning pitcher. She goes to 5-3 on the year, while Caitlin Graham suffers a loss. University improves their regular season totals to 20-7 with 1 tie on the year and 9-3 in district play, while Waco High finishes the year at 6-24 and 2-9 in district. So the Lady Trojans from University are playoff bound after a 17-0 win in their final regular season game, taking the series from Waco High 17-0. For all of our crew here at Waco ISD TV, I'm Lark Smith. Good night from the Waco Athletic Complex.